Let's talk about Jennifer Lawrence in No Hard Feelings. Alan, you saw the movie. You texted me last night and said, I've seen No Hard Feelings.
I
So
thought you saw it already, didn't you?
I did. I've seen it twice.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Tell us about No Hard Feelings.
Okay. So essentially, it's all in the trailer. Jennifer Lawrence's character, she's about to lose her house. She drives Uber to make money on Montauk. This is during the summer when all the people fly in for the summer. So it makes all her money that time. Her car gets towed away by a jilted lover, and so she has no car. She can't earn any money. She's going to lose her house. Her friends give her an ad, a Craigslist ad, that basically says, "Hey, date our son, and we'll give you a Buick." And by date, it's in the trailer. Date, she's going to date him. So she takes the job, and the whole movie is about her trying to basically seduce the young boy, 19 years old, to kind of get him out of his shell. And
it's important. But it's important why. Yeah. His parents, played by Matthew Broderick, and who's the woman in that?
Yeah, I kept thinking it was Courtney Cox, but that's not her.
No. In any case, it's Laura Benanti is.
Oh yeah. Okay.
With Laird.
Broadway story.
Laird, exactly. So they want to get their son out of his shell. He is Percy Becker is played by Andrew Barth Feldman, who's the sort of gangly, skinny, like maybe slightly on the spectrum. He has an anime t-shirt when we meet him. He's sort of a wimpy dude who plays video games, looks at TikTok. He's typical of a male of his age at 19 years old. Doesn't drive a car, just sort of fearful, like, sort of a failure to launch. And Jennifer Lawrence's character, who's 32, by the way, Maddie, is hired to get him out of his shell, basically to date him real hard.
Yeah,
and
date his brains out.
Date his brains out. The point is to get him out of his shell. Jennifer Lawrence's character is totally superficial, doesn't care about anybody else, isn't interested, is just sort of banging dudes on the side for fun, but is not particularly serious about any particular guy, whatever, doesn't matter to her. She's very surface level. And so she's hired to bring him out of his shell. And it kind of ends up being a story where she realizes kind of what an asshole she is. She ends up actually caring more about other people, oddly, and ends up being this sort of reverse thing where they learn from each other.
Now I've got to say, this is the raunchy comedy we've been waiting for a very long time. And I will say this.
Yeah.
Her performance in No Hard Feelings, she claims to be the first female action hero. I'm going to give it to her.
She is.
She does an action sequence in this that is amazing. I don't think any other actress will ever do what she did in this action sequence. It reminds me of Alexander Skarsgård in The Northman and Ken Jeong in The Hangover. It is amazing. She is the first female action hero ever in a movie.
Well, look, he's 19 years old. She's 32.
Whoa! Yeah. Yeah, I broke a chair. Okay. First female action hero ever in a movie.
Dude, first of all, are you okay?
Yeah. Wow, I'm not. Look, in my defense, I've lost 20 pounds in the last in the last month.
Oh my God! Oh no, that's skinny. Oh, Alan, I'm glad you're okay.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, man, that's right.
Oh no. What are you sitting in, an IKEA chair? Oh my God. Oh,
that was fun.
Oh my God. I think that's
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm glad you're okay. It wouldn't be funny if you really hurt yourself.
I know, man.
Just the sound of the chair.
I know. Look at that. Where is it? Here we go. Look at that. I snapped metal. I'm so heavy.
Oh my God. Oh. Okay. okay. We have to recover.
Wow. I honestly, I feel invigorated. I feel, I feel I can conquer the world.
But let me talk about this film. I am a fan of movies that are what they call the teen sex comedy, right? American Pie, Porky's, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What's interesting about those films is that it goes through that experience of growing. They're all coming of age movies in some sense, and it's about how you know weird having sex for the first time can be. The kid in the film is he's a virgin, right? Percy is a virgin, and he has really no experience with girls. He's very awkward. He was teased and bullied as a kid, and Maddie kind of sees something in him, right? And it's also what I do also love about the film. It's raunchy comedy from the beginning to about 2/3 of the way in. Okay, there is a scene where Maddie and Percy go skinny dipping in the water. She convinces him to go skinny dipping. They go in the water. They're both completely naked. It's played totally like tasteful. And then some jerks on the beach come and try to steal their clothes and phone. She races out of the water full frontal naked. The audience was shocked. It got a huge applause at the end. And she just sort of starts beating the people. Give me back my phone. Give me back my clothes. Blah, blah, blah. And she got like super like aggro with them. It is the audience couldn't believe it. You've got Oscar winning actress Jennifer Lawrence, all the stuff that she's done. And I would argue, by the way, that if Jennifer Lawrence were in Indiana Jones 5 instead of Phoebe Waller-Bridge, we might have liked that movie a lot better.
Yeah, that would have been a whole
different movie, because Jennifer Lawrence, I believe at the end of the day, is likable. That dumb quote about being the first action star, I know what she was trying to say. She was trying to say that, she wasn't like the first action star, just like, she was basically repeating someone else had already told her, and she mischaracterized the quote. I forgive a lot of like dumb things that celebrities say, because they're not the one usually saying them. It's usually what it is they are repeating something they heard someone else say about the business, but they're saying it incorrectly. I don't have a problem with Jennifer Lawrence at all. In fact, damn, she looks good in this movie.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, she looks so good. She dresses super sexy, mini skirt, high heels. She's trying to seduce this kid because she needs the Buick so she can get so she can go back to doing Uber so she can save her house. And there's this couple. Oh my God. What is it? Sarah and Jim are her friends, played by Natalie Morales and Scott MacArthur. They are hilarious in this movie. She's pregnant. They're this married couple that just like is just riffing on each other and just like, oh my God, their chemistry. And she's, they're best friends with Maddie.
The whole go back to the ocean was my favorite part.
Oh my God. And then there's a scene that is this movie tells you within the first 5 minutes, this is not a woke film. There's a guy that Jennifer Lawrence works with that's, I believe he's a Native American. And she's saying to him, do you know what it's like to have someone come to your place and try to take your stuff? Then they cut to his reaction. The audience burst out laughing. It was so funny because it acknowledges it, but there's zero woke about this movie. It's negative woke. It makes fun of woke shit. It's raunchy. It's funny. It also has a heart. And in the last act of the movie, it becomes a bit more serious drama. I love that. It reminded me of movies I loved growing up. Like, people forget that there are teen sex comedies from the past that dealt with serious issues. Porky's dealt with anti-Semitism. Okay. One of the characters is Jewish, and he's bullied and ostracized because he is Jewish. In Fast Times at Ridgemont High, they deal with abortion. Okay. In this movie feels like it connects to it in some way because of the May-December romance dynamic. One of my all-time favorite indie movies, Harold and Maude. So heartfelt. Harold and Maude is a beautiful film about a May-December romance. A kid in his early 20s, played by Bud Cort. Ruth Gordon, who is older, she plays Maude. She's in her 80s and kind of, doesn't want to be here. and that's about the acceptance of death and learn to appreciate life. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I love Harold and Maude. It's such a beautiful film. I watched that movie on repeat when I was a kid. It was when I first got a VCR. It was one of the first films I got, along with Superman the motion picture, and I got Harold and Maude, which is 90 minutes long, directed by Hal Ashby. It has a real heart. I mean, it's a weird comedy in it. It's a very weird comedy, but it also, the ending gets very serious. Same with this movie. And if you can't take the serious level, get out of the kitchen. So it starts as this super raunchy comedy. Not that there's not raunchy comedy in the third act, but it gets a bit more serious. And you see that both characters, Maddie and Percy, are changed by their relationship. They become genuine friends. And the journey along the way, the raunchy humor, you got to see it with a packed audience. So I strongly recommend this movie.
Yeah.
I recommend it. Put aside you're like, oh, I don't like Jennifer Lawrence. Just go see it, but see it with a big audience. I really enjoyed it, and I can't stop thinking about Alan falling in the chair.
Yeah, I wish that was in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, this is one of those movies you do want to see it in a big crowd. It
really works with a crowd. Strong recommendation for No Hard Feelings. It harkens back. I would even compare it to something like Risky Business. Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Less complicated than Risky Business.
Tom Cruise and Rebecca Rebecca De Mornay.
De Mornay, yeah.
Rebecca De Mornay. She Wally George's daughter.
Yes.
For those that aren't aware who Wally George is. So
I think that was actually my first sex comedy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film. Soundtrack by Tangerine Dream. Tom Cruise is in it. He gets involved with a call girl and a drug dealer, and then ends up falling for her. It's the problem with the teenage raunchy sex comedy is it's focused on the sex comedy aspect. The really good teen sex comedies had other layers. This movie has those layers. This movie has layers about, how we connect with people, why people are so superficial. There's a great scene where Jennifer Lawrence and her character name, Maddie and Percy, they go to like a high school party, and she's like 32 years old. And she's like, you hear like references to her age constantly. You have to give it up for Jennifer Lawrence to do this role. Her character looks like a jerk and an a-hole through the whole movie. She does full frontal nudity. She is made fun of for her age, being in her early 30s, or being fun of for just not being cool, right? Like, it's awesome. And when she goes to this high school party, they make fun of her. Like, she even like talks about, like, she makes fun of these two guys, like, oh, why don't you two guys just bang each other? It's like, and then they get their phones out and start filming her. Oh, you making fun of us for being gay? And it's like, no, it's fine if you guys have sex with each other. Like, they're trying to like create a viral moment so she'll get canceled. It makes fun of everything happening today. If you despise our current timeline, and you despise the movies that are being churned out, and despise the lecturing and all the BS woke nonsense, this is the comedy Alan and I have both been saying needs to be made today. Go see No Hard Feelings.
Yeah. It's fall on the floor laughing.
Oh my God. That'd be a great place to actually put you falling on the floor. That ends the review. No. Note for Glenn, end the review, fall on the floor laughing, have Alan full screen just fall on the floor, and then the review's over.
Yeah, there you go.